Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bev from Art by Bedell, and I am so excited to share with you my finished fall journal. I have had so much fun making this journal from the beginning to dyeing the papers and working all Labor Day weekend, making echo print papers and coffee stained with stencils, with ferns, just regular coffee stains, and then the sketching began. And oh my gosh, it just, one thing rolled into another and was so much fun. Anyhow, I want to share this journal with you. First, I'm going to give you the specs. It is 7.5 by 11 3/4. It has 2 signatures, a 7-hole pamphlet stitch. It has been machine stitched all the way around. The cover started out with an Amazon bag that has been fabric covered on the outside and basil cardstock on the inside, and then machine stitched all the way around. It also has a fabric closure that has been stitched into the cover, and a 1 3/4 inch spine. It's almost a 2-inch spine. And let's see, what else do we have here? The ephemera, like I say, has all been sketched watercolor pieces that I did on Labor Day weekend. I might have a few pieces from a digital here and there, but most of it. So anyhow, the front cover of our journal. The panel that we have here has some packaging. It has ribbon that I had bought at the Dollar Tree store that was fun to work with. And then we have some textured cardboard, orange cardboard here. It's not cardboard, it's like cardboard, but it's just actually paper. And then we have all of my elements that I had watercolored. Here is our spine, and then on the back side we have another piece of the black basil cardstock that I used on the inside with a sunflower, and that was machine stitched around also. And some more of the fabric and some more of the corrugated paper here. Here is our tie. You can see the top has some things that stick out, and we're not as big a gator mouth as I usually make. Being that it is a seasonal journal, I thought that 3 signatures would be a bit overkill on it. The season is fairly short, and I just didn't think we needed that big of a journal. Although I couldn't keep myself from making a journal that is 7.5 by 11 3/4. I like this size. With that being said, it has 82 pages in it. It has 11 loose papers, 2 paper pads, and journal cards. It has 7, and tags. It has 3. We open it up, and the first thing that we always see on my journals is the front cover that has the library pocket with a library card in it. We have a video for this. Most of the pages have videos. They will be linked below in the playlist. Here is the acorn page with the paper that has been echo printed with oak leaves. So very, very pretty, guys. And then that just slides inside for journaling on, and you can also, of course, journal on here. Oh, and then we have our fall word here. More journaling space here on this page chart. This paper was echo printed with a hosta leaf, front and back. And then we have some coffee stained paper here, and it has a cluster on top, another one cluster over here. We have some ledger paper here. Again, another video in the playlist. You just go down and check through them. Most of these pages, like I say, are there. And that flips open, and then over on this side, I don't believe this page got put on the playlist. I have a piece of paper here that was folded in half, and this was gifted to me. And inside I have some this beautiful coffee stained paper. Did some stamping with it, and that's sewn on. And then inside we have 2 pockets here with 2 pieces, and this was stained with sumac, and that has a stencil print on that one. This one also was stained with sumac down here, and let's see what that has on that one. That has a stencil on this side. So we have those 2 pieces of paper. Over here we have a paper pad, a big paper pad this time, guys. I didn't just do a little one. This is some waxy paper type that was coffee stained with stencils, and some regular coffee paper, coffee stained with stencils. And then we just have a page out of a book here, and you can journal on the back of this echo print paper. And that was printed with ferns. Here you can see the back side of that Echo print paper, and that has an oak leaf on it. We have some napkins put on some of our pages. This was a mixed media papers that I had made out of coffee stain paper, and I used spray inks with stencils, and then I did some stamping with a wooden stamp, and then I brayered over the whole thing with gesso, and then I did some more stenciling with gesso. And that's how I made those papers. Here we have a page tab with a mushroom. And I did a lot of quotes in here, fall quotes. Another one of those pages. Here is our Crows in the Corn page. And this is built on a piece of coffee stain paper that was folded vertically to make it a tall page. And you can see how beautiful this is. This was a piece of fabric lace. You don't see the lace so much, but the texture from the coffee staining is absolutely stunning. Then we have a piece of vellum that we did some collaging on, and another piece out of, it's red with the fabric, with the ribbon that I got at Dollar Tree. One of my pumpkins. And another one of my pumpkins that I just drew onto a piece of coffee stained paper, Echo print paper. I gessoed underneath it, and then I drew my pumpkin and watercolored it and stamped over top of it with clear ink. This cute little page with the candy corn has like a curtain on a window, and this flips out, and you can pull these back a little bit and you can journal here. It's partly hidden, but not all the way hidden. And then the back side of our vellum has one of our sunflowers in one of our pots with some, this is another napkin here. I had found at Hobby Lobby these felt leaves, and I thought they were so bright and pretty that they belonged in here also. So there we have those. Another one of our mixed media papers, Echo print paper, mixed media. On this Echo print paper, we have, you can have it be a gourd or a pumpkin, whatever you want. My little tag up here says pumpkin, but you can have it be whatever you want. And then on the back side of that, we have our mushrooms. Now, when I did this page on the video, I was going to leave all three of my pumpkins loose. But as I was working through here, these two little ones kept falling out. So they are glued in place. And then the big one can be tucked behind there, and it stays in there pretty good. And another one of our napkins on our paper, another hosta print. And this is a still bee print here. This is some coffee stain paper with some stencils, and then of course stitching from the other side. I like the stitching like this. I certainly hope you do too. This was our apple page. Oh my gosh, was this one fun to do. I just love the way this basket of all these little apples turned out. Inside this pocket on the right here, the bottom pocket, we have a large apple that makes a journaling card, and then inside the bag we have a journaling card here. It's like a panel, and you can journal on the back. And then inside, behind the bag, we have another piece of Echo print paper, and this was done with a hay scent fern. I don't know what to say other than it's just absolutely stunning. I hope you like it as well as I do. Then we have a piece of candy corn over here. I had one of the big ones left when I had printed out all my goodies for this journal. I had a big candy corn left from our project. Our project was the belly band, and I decided to make a corner tuck spot out of it. I also had this piece of stencil coffee stained index card, and I put that inside for some journaling space, and then just did a little decorating on the corner up there of our page. And this is a receipt, an invoice. And I stamped it down alongside this. This is our candy corn page with our belly band that was out of fabric, and our big journal tag, journal card of candy corn that you can journal on the back. And then also in the belly band, we have another piece of the Echo print paper. And this time, this one was the bracken fern here. I had 3 different ferns I was working with that weekend. It was the hay scent, the bracken fern, and the interrupted fern. And this is on book paper. It folds out. On this side, we have just a little pocket down here with a pumpkin in it, on it. And then we have a pumpkin flash card. And these are by Debbie Booth Designs, and she's on Etsy. And then I put a paper pad behind that, and you can also journal on this. And then this page flips open, and we have, let me pull this over so you can see it. We have a paper clip with a little dangle on it and a leaf, and that paper clip is holding this paper in place that has a pumpkin tab that's folded in half, and it opens up. You have journaling room to a piece of coffee stained with a stencil copy paper, and this is glued down in the center, so it's in your book. It didn't stay closed, so we needed a paper clip to help hold this closed. And then I covered up some of the book print here so that you can journal there. And we have another napkin here, and mixed media, some more echo print. These are with rose leaves, I believe, the wild rose. And this is, oh goodness, guys, you'll have to watch the video with echo printing and coffee staining, and that'll be linked down below too. Oh, locust, bristly locust, that's what this is. So now we have a Gourd Pocket on a panel, and inside the Gourd Pocket I have a piece of coffee stained copy paper that was cleanup from a stencil when I was making these papers here. I used the stencil with spray ink, and then I put my paper over top and rubbed it, and I got this print. And so I thought that would make a nice little card, and I tucked that inside here along with a piece of coffee stained fern paper. You can see the ferns a little bit. It has real nice texture to it. And that'll go back inside our Gourd Pocket along with our leaf. On the back side of that, I have 4 pieces of paper out of a little notebook that I found at Dollar General that had the paper, and I got it for the paper that was in it, that was ghosted with some ferns. I think they're ferns, not leaves. But anyhow, I thought it was real pretty for a fall journal. And so I tore off 4 sheets of that, and I have this 4-pocket pocket. And I put one of my felted leaves on it. And I thought that looked real cute there with these pieces of paper tucked away inside. Here is a piece of fine art paper and coffee stained copy paper with one of my pairs. This was actually the stencil that I was doing when I created, no, it wasn't, but it was the stencil. That's how I got that print, I got this image when I had the stencil on the paper, and then I rubbed it off the paper, the spray that was all around the stencil, and I got this. Mixed media paper, an acorn. Now we have an envelope, and this is the back side or the flap of the envelope that I covered with some fine art paper here, and it has a piece of paper out of my Little Bear book that I usually add to all of my journals. He's just too cute not to add. These are some leaves that I cut out of an echo print paper. Here's the Little Bear story. Then this is the envelope side. Over here was the flap. I put a little quote up here. My ties, I'm at the center of a signature. My ties, I put these little circles. I thank Mrs. Cog for that idea. These are just so cute. I have to use them. Inside our envelope, we have a paper pad and some various different papers in here that you can journal on. Most of them are all coffee stained papers. And back inside here. And then on the back side, we have a pocket with some of that fine art paper, and this is a scrap I pulled out of my stash. I had made on muslin a painted and stamped muslin fabric for my cover, and I had a scrap of that left, so I thought that looked pretty cool there. This is a wooden piece leaf, and then inside it I have an index card folded in half, and I put some crackle paste with my leaf stencil on top of that, and then sprayed it with some of my inks. I thought that made a cute little card. And a sunflower on our echo print paper with maple leaves. And mixed media, our apple, says cider. Who doesn't like cider? Then we have our sunflower page. I love everything. I love all of the elements in the book. Sunflowers just really speak to me. So we have a real nice tall tag with journaling room on the back. Again, there is a video on this process. And we have our panel here that we made with our sunflower. A pear. On the back of this page, I decided to cover it with some of that orange ribbon. A piece of textured paper that I found in my stash that was really, really cool, and I thought we gotta add that. And then I put the pear on it, and I just thought simplicity for this page was the way to go. On this locust page, printed page, I added some candy corn. Another nice cluster at the top of that page in here. Then we have our pear page, and this pear page has a video. And we have a nice bucket with a sunflower and the pears in the bucket, and then inside the pocket is a pear journaling tag. And you can journal on the back. How cute is that? The back side of this, I just added a piece of paper so that you could text, or so that you could, my hands are a mess, guys. I've just got done with a journal and they're a mess. That you could write on for journaling. This is a piece of coffee stain paper with a stencil, and look at that beautiful print. Very, very nice. Here is the back cover, inside cover, and this also has a video. And I've used a business envelope that had 2 windows on it. I colored it with different colors of oxide ink, and then inside I have a index card that I used for cleanup when I was making those mixed media papers. I didn't want to waste any of the ink, and it made a gorgeous, I think, index card. And so we have our pumpkin down here so that it can see through our window. Let's get this in here. Just like that. That completes our journal, guys. Thank you for sticking it out and watching all of the videos with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's just is a very fun journal. I can't wait to see who it goes to. As you see, we did get our scarecrow. I had a couple people asking, what about a scarecrow? And there he is. The crows are still in the corn. They haven't left. I don't think our scarecrow is scary enough, but anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. You have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again soon. Oh, before I go, we will have a separate video on all of the panels and tags that I made to go with this journal. So look forward to that. That'll be coming up soon. Okay, bye now.